Hey guys, I just got back from the theater from seeing Sausage Party. That's a statement I never thought I'd ever say in my entire life. I mean, hell, I going to before I went to the movie, stopped over at my parents' house, and I was telling my mom, I said, "Oh, I'm going to the movies." They're like, "Oh, what are you gonna go see?" And I said, "Sausage Party," which got a very strange look from my stepdad on my faces. He was like, "What? What the fuck? You're going to see a movie called Sausage Party?" I was like, "It's not what you think, all right?" It's like, it better not be. It's like, it was also kind of amusing just going up to the ticket counter to say it's one for Sausage Party. All right. It's been a long. I'm. It's like 10:30 at night. I want to get this over with. So going into this movie, I've if you've been watching my reviews over the last couple of months, I've been talking about this movie for the last couple of months, and anybody who knows me I've been talking about it. The first time I saw this goddamn trailer, I was hooked. I was hyped for this movie. This was like, I love Seth Rogen already, and I'm a big fan of him, and then you add on top of that, he's making an R-rated animated comedy about food and other produce that live in a shopping center, and out, their whole goal in life is to be brought home to humans, and then they find out the terrible truth that they're all getting eaten and everything else. I'm like, oh my god, it's like from what you can tell from the trailers, just looked horrifying but also hilarious. You're like, this is obviously a fucking really twisted parody of like Pixar and all these other animated films out there nowadays. Like I said, I was looking forward to this immensely, and the reviews for this have been really good, really good. Like, for a while there, it had like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's still got a pretty damn good score right now. I think it's like 85%. So yeah, I was looking forward to this, and I'm just gonna say what I said on Facebook, because I walked out. I have been I'm 28 years old, and I've seen a lot of goddamn movies in my 28 years of being alive, and I thought I've seen it all, and then I fucking sees this movie. I've seen movies like Human Centipede movies. I've seen Brothers Grimsby. I've seen fucking Serbian film. And although nothing will ever top a Serbian film as the worst, like, stuff that you'll never want to see in a film. But by fucking god, this movie was something fucking else. I don't even know how to even review it. First off, let me say it right off the bat. I fucking love this movie. If this is not on my top 10 list of the best films of the year, I will be shocked. I will be very, very shocked. Because I always put into my top 10 list usually a film that is ballsy, out there, different than anything that's out there right now. And this is definitely one of those. Holy fuck. I don't know if we'll ever get anything like this ever again. And I'm going to tell you this right now. It's going to be hard to review this movie. I'm going to try to not get into spoilers as much as I can. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to tell you right now. Stop. If you're watching this review and you have not seen the movie, just fucking stop the review, go see the movie, and then come back. Okay, if you've come back now, we can talk about the movie. Look. Where the fuck do I begin with this? Okay, where the hell do first off, just to tell you my attitude after I saw this movie, I sat there for like a few minutes. It's been a long time since I've sat in my chair in the movie theater for a few minutes after a movie was over, just like dumbfounded by what I was watching. Where do I begin? Okay, the characters. I mean, this movie pretty much sets the tone fucking right off the bat with a song where all the food and the produce in this shopping center are singing to the gods, using the F word and all these other things, and also mixing in these produce that want to that are all dressed up as Nazis. What the fuck? And and they're wanting to exterminate juices instead of the Jews. What? And then you're also, right after that, you're introduced to the main characters of the film, Frank and Brenda. Frank, played by Seth Rogen, and Frank is the sausage, if you don't know. The main is the sausage, voiced by Seth Rogen, and Brenda is the hot dog bun. I can't believe I'm fucking saying that. And voiced by Kristen Wiig. And fucking sets the tone right off the bat. You gotta fucking they sexualized a fucking hot dog bun. It's got an ass, it's got boobs, it's the dialogue throughout the first half of this movie and majority of this movie is about how the two of them want to fuck. And like, I about fucking, like, I knew the tone I was getting into when they're talking about monogamy. There's a lot of fucking puns in this movie. Like, I'm not a big fan of puns, but by God, the puns were hilarious in this movie. Monogamy, guacaballs, or guacamole saying guacaballs. There are two that I remember off the top of my head. I don't know why I remember that. It was just a very offhanded comment that made me laugh. And you know, they're talking about how he wants to slip in between her buns and how she's too tight that he might not fit. I am not making this up. And so that sets the tone of the movie. And then you meet all these other fucking characters. And let me just go through the list here. You got Bill Hader playing Firewater, what is it? Old bottle of liquor. Yeah, is it? Yeah. He plays old bottle of liquor, who is an Indian who is also friends with a box of grits named Mr. Grits, played by Frank Robinson, that are fucking complaining about crackers taking their land. And they're smoking pot at the same time. And like, Firewater is the one who tells Seth Rogen about what's going on. Like, their whole goal in life is to be fed to the gods, or like they want to go home with the gods, which are humans. And he tells them the real truth, that the gods are assholes and they all just want to eat us. Those scenes are pretty fucking hilarious. And also that weird ass Twinkie character, and like, the Craig Robinson is Mr. Grit, and he is basically playing Mr. Tubbs. He's like, and they call me Mr. Grit. And I'm like, I was the only one who laughed at that joke, that because nobody fucking that was in the theater got that joke. Who was my age? Only I got it. And then you got the two characters I always keep like to mention. You got fucking Sammy Bagel Jr., a Jewish bagel. A Jewish bagel played by, of all fucking people, Edward Norton. Edward Norton. You know what? I said this because I didn't realize that was him until at the end of the movie, and that was right after a scene in which you go, wow, fucking Edward Norton agreed to do this movie, especially knowing after seeing what you just saw. I won't give into spoilers. This happens towards the end of the movie, but there's a certain scene involving him that's just like, wow. Like, that means he got the script and said, I'll do it. That makes me fucking laugh fucking immensely that Edward Norton agreed to do this. Like, I was like, you know what? I like Edward Norton as an actor. I always have. And I know he's kind of a dick in real life, but he got a lot of respect for me for doing this. Like, that's hilarious. He's like a Jewish bagel, named Sammy Bagel Jr. And he's also accompanied by what was that? I thought it was a pita, but it's lavish played by David Krumholtz. He's a guy who, like, at first I was like, that name sounds familiar, but like, he's a guy who's been in like Harold and Kumar and all that shit like that. He's been in a lot of movies. If you would recognize 10 Things I Hate About You, you would recognize him if you see his face. And he plays a Arabic lavish who hates Sammy Bagel Jr. because he's Jewish, and Sammy Bagel Jr. hates him because he's Arabic, and they all live in basically like a version of Egypt where they just don't get along with each other. Their isles like don't get along with each other. It's fucking hilarious. It has some pretty goddamn great like the dialogue in this movie is fucking hilarious. They also have a douche, you know, the douche that you stick up your butt. That is a douche played by Nick Kroll, who is the main villain in this movie, who keeps roiding himself up by drinking juice boxes and bottles of whiskey. I'm not making that up. It's just, again, this is like saying this shit doesn't sound as funny as what you see on the fucking. I promise you, trust me. Just thinking of this shit just makes me laugh so hard. God damn it. Damn. What was I going to talk about? This movie also has a really funny, like a really actually intelligent, well-meaning message about religion, the meaning of life, and how we, you know, even though we have all different, you know, views from each other, we should all just get along. Also, you know, it's actually really well done, and actually has a pretty goddamn good message about religion and everything else in there. I actually really like that. It's pretty spot on, but also at the same time, while that's going on, you have a lot of unique shit in this movie. You know, food, talking about wanting to fuck each other, and, you know, smoking sausages and bottles of whiskey, smoking pot, and talking about how the crackers took their land. My mom told me, I was describing this movie to my mom. She's like, this is a movie that's like, Seth Rogen really had to be high making this movie. And I was like, you know what? I think he was. I was like, he has to be. I don't know how the fuck he came up with this. But it's like, you know what? This is original. The fact that this movie's like one of the most original movies I've seen all year is pretty fucking sad. This movie is like, you know, it's a parody, such a great parody of kids movies. As a person that sees a lot of kids movies, like, it's a movie like I didn't know going in, is like it parodies a lot of Pixar movies where characters get separated from each other, that you see like a lot of Pixar movies, and certain characters go on an adventure together and everything else. It's something you see in a lot of Pixar movies. So it is like, they're basically, the whole movie is Frank and Brenda and Sammy Bagel Jr. saying those fucking words are fucking hilarious. And that lavish, I forget the fuck his name is, who are on adventure to get back to their shelves, and also find, you know, in the meantime, find out what's really going on. Fuck God, it's like, they're the trailers, even like, I'll give the movie this, like, the trailers show a lot of the great stuff in it, but it just briefly touches the surface of, like, very, you know, barely touches the surface on how fucking funny this movie is. Trust me, the trailers are great, but they don't even fucking do this movie justice. I guess I should talk about the ending now, shouldn't I? Now, going into this movie, I said I was kind of curious, because somebody brought up a good point to me. I said, what is the end game of this movie going to be? Because what's going to happen? Are all the humans, or all the humans in this movie, or like, universe is just going to starve to death? Is that what's going to happen? Like, what is the end game of this movie? Well, It's hard to get into what happens because without getting a spoiler, so I'm going to try not to. But what ends up happening is I guarantee you nobody fucking saw that coming. Let's just say it involves James Franco, bath salts, toothpicks, brutal murder, and food orgies. Yep. If that sounds as weird as if that sentence sounds as weird as it sounds, trust me, you will not fucking. The food orgy thing. Oh my god. I think that was at the point. It's been a few times, and I wanted to laugh so hard, but I was so fucking speechless. I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. Like, nothing could prepare. I don't know how the hell they got it. I'm with Seth Rogen. How did MPAA not give him, like, he had said that one of the things that made him, that, like, got him an R rating and not an NC-17 is that, I'm not making this up, he had to shave the balls off of a certain character, and once he did, he got an R rating, and I'm like, and he was actually shocked, and I'm actually shocked that MPAA allowed a lot of the shit that happens at the end of this movie to happen, although they had to do a lot of implying, because I've never thought food sex would be as graphic as it is in this movie. Oh my god. Nothing can prepare you for what the fuck you see. Oh my god. Alright, I forgot to talk about the Salma Hayek being a lesbian taco. Yeah, that's something who has the hots for Brenda. That is something that's in this. Man, it's so weird saying this out loud in front of a fucking camera. I probably seem like an idiot talking about this. Like, there are probably people like, really? Is this movie that funny? Trust me, it is. I'm not even doing this justice. I swear to God, even though this sounds fucking ridiculous, just saying like out loud, it is funnier when you see it on screen. I'm trying not to spoil too much. There's so much that goes on in this movie, so much that I could probably cut, go scene by scene, but I don't want to because I want people to go. I would say the best idea is to go into this movie fresh. If you've seen the trailers, you're still going to be going in fresh because it's like nothing could prepare you for what you actually do get in this thing. So I highly recommend it if you haven't figured that out. As far as trailers go, I only got one new trailer, and that was Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. I hate the Resident Evil movies. I'm gonna tell you right now. I've always hated the Resident Evil movies. I think they are terrible in the films. I've only seen like one or two of those, and that's about it. That's good enough for me. I actually think I've seen 3 of them. I forgot. What the hell was that random sequel I just watched for the fuck of it? I don't know. I can't remember. It was Apocalypse or I don't know what it was. But I've always hated these movies, and like I was sitting there like, didn't they say a few movies ago that was the final chapter? So I'm not. This is like the fucking Friday the 13th franchise. I'm not gonna believe them when they say there's a fucking final chapter. Like, is there really a necessary need for fucking Resident Evil sequel? I guess the fans really wanted the conclusion to that story, and it's also being released in January, along with like Triple X sequel. So yeah, we got a lot to look forward to in January. Yeah, that's as far as trailers go. I only got that. Also, I want to mention that one of the funniest things when I went to the theater was when I got to the ticket booth. There was a sign at the ticket booth that said, even though Sausage Party is... I wish I took a picture of this, but it said, even though Sausage Party is an animated film, parents should know that this movie is R-rated. And probably wouldn't be a good idea to take your kids to see it. Fuck it, take your kids to see it, man. They'll be asking you a lot of questions afterwards. Trust me, they will. Probably won't ever want to eat food again. I'm fucking surprised I did after. I just ate a sandwich afterwards. I'm surprised I did. Holy shit. I'm going to get off here. I gotta go to bed here shortly. So I'll be back next week. What is next week? I don't even know what's next week. There's a couple of movies I want to catch up on, like Pete's Dragon and Bad Moms. So I'll probably have a review for that in the next one of those in the next few weeks. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.